Hello there, gorgeous human star stuffs. You. So glad that you're here. Welcome to the next Deeper Dive Creator Being session. I won't even call this like a podcast. It's a session. We're just here, deconstructed. I'm literally sitting in my car, and you're going to hear ambient noises of my dog panting and children playing outside, and that's exactly how I want it. Let's just get earthen and real and raw. So anyway, I've been going through lots and lots of growth in my life, which is so thrilling. I feel like that's for me like, the reason to get up in the morning. Growth, further expansion, further heart opening. And I wanted to really zero in on how feeling really is the entire gateway to creating. It's the gateway to mental health. It's the gateway to spirituality. I'm telling you, feeling your feelings is, and mastering, diving into any depth of feeling is going to be the greatest thing you could ever do for yourself. It yields so much change and results. And so many of us want to run away from feelings. And a lot of feelings that we have are actually very unconscious. And so it takes upsets and triggers and incidents and experiences and relationships and new environments to bring all of this up and for us so that we can see it. And that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of stepping into different experiences. But I really wanted to hone in on feeling feelings. This concept was introduced to me over a decade ago by my teacher, John, who has now passed. And I want to give him all the credit for this. He is truly a master at feeling feelings and helped me navigate really so many subterfuges of the mind and its limitations and how we are constantly trying to protect ourselves and validate ourselves and all these things, which a lot of times creates resistance to just feeling what is, accepting what is, allowing space for what is. There's all this language surrounding feeling feelings, but that's really what it is. It is putting your relaxed attention in your body as you are feeling an emotion, energy in motion. And that's what it is. It's energetic. It's the field within your body. In the kids program I helped create, I called it inner space. And in this inner space, if you can have relaxed attention on literally whatever comes up for you, I'm saying like whether you're in the deep dark pit of despair or you're just mildly irritated or like for me recently, I've been seeing a lot of like really subtle growth when I'm around my kids. I have two toddlers. Toddlers will just push you to every limit that you possibly have. Young children will, because it's just full on and there's really like zero breaks unless someone else is watching them or they're sleeping. And so I have found myself really feeling into feelings of not wanting to include them in what it is that I'm doing because I just want to get it done, because I just want to keep moving forward because of my impatience, and my impatience is coming from this feeling of stuckness. All right, and this feeling of stuckness even has layers and layers to it. But it's like you have to be willing to observe your own reactions to things, your own behaviors, your own triggers, and after a while, like watching an animal at the zoo, you're going to start to recognize patterns, which are fascinating, and you're like, whoa, and you follow the patterns. It's like cracks in the pavement, and you follow these cracks in the pavement, and you're like, holy shit, there is a whole sewer system down here for me to explore. Oh my God. And it's deeply humbling, and then you have far more compassion for yourself and other humans because you realize the conditioning that we have in our minds and in the framework of the human ego is so dense. And the whole joy is unlocking the mystery of it, and then we are free from it. And to me, that is what liberation is. That is what change is. That is what living a better life is. And let's be really clear here. Like, when you talk about all of the goals of religion, the goals of spirituality, the goals of mental health, what are we really talking about? We're really talking about how do we change to feel better more of the time. Like, that's it. So I want to just strip away all that other bullshit that we can all get really, really distracted by. All the jargon and the theories and the research and this text and that tome and this belief. And it's like, no. Just focus on feeling your feelings and you will have a deeply transformative experience. You will be able to help yourself move through anything. You will experience consciousness. You will experience the divine. You will experience spontaneous healing. You will experience miracles if you are willing to feel your feeling. And when we feel our feeling, like I said, it's the gateway to creation. It's this ability to alchemize anything that comes into our stream of consciousness, right? So if you're feeling angry, which isn't inherently bad or good, so just take that away too. Take away, when you are observing yourself and the feelings, try to look at it with no constructs. Try to just feel it, because so many of us, and particularly men, but all of us try and logic our way out of shit all the time. Stop it. Stop. Get out of that mind, get into that body, get into feeling that feeling in your body where you feel it with relaxed, non-attached, non-judgment attention. And you are going to feel some intense things, some deeply intense things, and you won't even know where they're coming from. You will have, sometimes you will and sometimes you won't, but a lot of times when you go through the feeling and you allow yourself to sit in it and allow it to move through you, you will come out with, oh my God, an aha moment. You will come out with wisdom. You will come out with understanding. You'll come out with integration and la 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 la, all the words. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are having a deeply intuitive, alchemical, I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what it feels like saying to me right now, alchemical transformative experience when you feel your feelings. Because when you feel your feelings and really allow yourself to see those feelings, to hear those feelings, and you can even take the next step. You can see the feeling maybe as a smaller child within you. And you're like the parent, the loving parent that is talking to that feeling. And you're like, hey, I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to see you and hear you and tell you that you're safe and apologize to you for not seeing and hearing you or making you feel safe earlier. But I'm here now. And then when I see you and hear you, then you can go to your next destination. You can go with the frequency of love. You can go on and we can move forward together. And you can have this conversation with yourself. It is so beautiful. And that's really, really helpful, especially when you're doing even like the deeper levels of the cake, I would have to say. Because at first it's like it's waves of emotion that you're not even aware of. And then it's becoming aware of those waves. And then you start diving into the waves. And then you start going deeper and deeper and deeper until you hit that bottom of the ocean. And then when you're at the bottom of the ocean floor, then you realize this isn't even the floor at all. This is just the opening to get me to the core of the earth. You know what I mean? And then, so it just keeps going. But the whole idea is that you're there for yourself. That's what it is. This is the essence of holding space as well. The essence of holding space is the simple act of allowing yourself to feel feelings. That's it. So when you allow yourself to feel these feelings, so much can get cleared, can get moved. It's like a stagnant pond of water that's just like mucky muck and there's no movement. But then when you put your attention on it, it like creates this whirlpool effect and like a draining effect. A drain, and like the energy of the pond, the mucky muck, has somewhere to go, and it can go where it needs to go, and then fresh water and fresh movement can come in. So new ideas can move in. You can get unstuck. You can move your way through pain. And yes, sometimes moving your way through pain, particularly deep levels of grief, particularly deep levels of trauma and all of the layers of anger and sadness and guilt and, oh gosh, so many aspects to it of trauma, the more that they can be released. And what this does is it creates a freed up space in your body, in your mind, in your spirit to expand, to grow, to be more open. I mean, isn't that what expansion is? Expansion is just the capacity to be more and more open. That's all we're really doing. So I wanted to talk about that. And I'm really, really coming to grips within myself right now that, like, I'm a change expert in these things. Like, this really has been my calling for the past decade, and I have done thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of feeling feelings and making that a tremendous priority in my life, like the priority. Like, I've been obsessed with it, and it has yielded me the most tremendous results. And I have moved through things that I know have destroyed people for their entire lives. I mean, really. And I've moved through them in a matter of months. And it's just remarkable. It's remarkable, the change that you can see. It is. I call it a major minor miracle every single time. It's like a major minor miracle every single time you are willing to face the feelings that you are unaware of, that you're avoiding, or that you are totally reacting to and not responding to. And this is the number one skill of emotional intelligence as well. Because if you can feel your feelings, then you can actually know what the F is going on inside of you to a certain degree. And then you can work on communicating that to other people and feeling safe to communicate that to other people. And that's like the second part of emotional intelligence, right? Is communicating it. And then how do we relate to others when they give us the same information? I feel like that really is emotional intelligence in a nutshell as well. So, guys, feel your feelings. Go sit somewhere, lay in your bed, lay on the ground, lay on the beach, walk in the forest. And if you feel like, oh my gosh, like I can't feel feelings, like they're just stuck, I'm not feeling anything, I've been in a state of frozenness for a really long time, that is totally very much a normal human experience. So in order to help unlock yourself and unfreeze yourself, you may want to journal, you may want to write, even if it seems silly, even if it seems hard. Talk to yourself into your recording app on your phone. Start talking, go to therapy. Movement, physical movement of your body is a great way to open yourself up. Breath work's a great way to open yourself up. Watching things like movies even that make you, or listening to music that make you emotional on some level, that brings something up for you. This is all how you can start to get really in touch with these feelings. And you're going to go down this yellow brick road. So get your heels ready there, Dorothy. But it really is the skill of a lifetime to have. And if you want to be a true person of change, an agent of change in your own life, you got to feel your feelings. Creator beings know how to feel. You got this, friends. Sending you guys so much love, and thanks for listening.